Looks like on paper we got a really solid card that's going to be coming up. And as we love to do every single month for every WWE TNA pay-per-view that is put out there, Ring of Honor, doesn't matter. We love to just roll up the sleeves over here and offer match predictions on who's going to be walking out victorious out of the pay-per-view. So this go round, it's Battleground. You know what time it is. It's another installment of the RCWR show. Call that match. All right, so first off, we have Jack Swagger taking on Rusev. You know, you just think about some of the stuff that's been happening in the headlines with the Ukraine and all that. Really kind of has a interesting tale for this particular match. Who needs this victory more? You know, you just think about that explosive segment that we saw between Jack Swagger, Zeb Coulter, Lana, Rusev. Man, you know, I really want to go with Jack Swagger so bad, man, but you know, I gotta continue to go with the monster Rusev. I mean, this is a pretty done deal, yeah? Put your money on Rusev. Let's move on. Dean Ambrose finally gets his hands on Seth Rollins one-on-one. I wish this was for the Money in the Bank briefcase, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to be going on, at least not right now. Who needs this victory more? I mean, we've seen Dean Ambrose. He's come out pretty much week after week, always getting the jump on Seth Rollins. You know, if I was booking this right, I would be looking to have Seth Rollins go over Dean Ambrose and go over him in such a way where Dean Ambrose is actually off of WWE television for a couple of weeks to sell the injuries that he sustained in this match against Seth Rollins. And then that could kind of leave the door wide open for Seth Rollins possibly being in a position where he could finally and freely, I might add, be looking to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Just something to think about with regards to that. But do you want to see Seth Rollins go over, or should this be a case where Dean Ambrose picks up the victory? You know, the clear-cut way would be to go with Seth Rollins. And let's not also forget Dean Ambrose. You got to think about whatever condition he's going to be in storyline-wise after that serious number that he had took at the hands of Kane, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins on Raw. He did have to go to a hospital, but he had managed to check himself out. You know, you still have to sell those injuries to a certain extent. So I've got to go with Seth Rollins for the victory right here. The Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, are taking on the Wyatt families. Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, 2 out of 3 falls. Tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. This is going to be a match that a lot of people are probably going to be talking about in retrospect as far as being one of the top 3. You know, I said it last month with Money in the Bank, and I was under the impression that the WWE was going to pull the trigger on the Wyatt families, Rowan and Harper. And you know, I was wrong, but I gotta go there again. I gotta go with Rowan and Harper. I would love to see these guys get the job done again, set up a nice rematch for the tag titles at the SummerSlam pay-per-view. I gotta go with the Wyatt family. I think they're gonna get the job done finally. AJ Lee takes on Paige, singles match for the WWE Championship. We've seen these two girls continue to play the whole, oh, you're so awesome. No, you're so awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. You have a good day now. You too. Bye. Bye. What a bitch. What a bitch. You know, we've basically kind of seen it go back and forth like that. It hasn't exploded yet, though. You know, it's going to get there. But until then, AJ Lee for the retain, but look for a few cracks in the armor of Paige to occur to the point that maybe we kind of see her just for a brief few seconds when she loses again to AJ Lee, kind of show her true colors there. Whether or not she's going to flip out on AJ post-match, that remains to be seen, or throw a hissy fit, who knows? But come on, man, AJ Lee for the retain. But these two girls are going to be continuing their program. Make no mistake about that. Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho looking to get the one up over Bray Wyatt, as Wyatt family have been just having a field day with Chris Jericho over the past couple of weeks. You know, you also got to think about what type of a impact Harper and Rowan may have in this match against Wyatt and Jericho. Really makes you wonder right there. I think in either case, though, you know, if I was booking this right, this would just be me, but if I was booking this right, I would definitely have at one point Rowan and Harper come out and try to be in the corner of Bray Wyatt. They would definitely cause a little bit of interference or whatever. But I could see a scenario play out where the Usos try to come to Chris Jericho's aid. They balance it out. Usos are still pretty white hot that they lost their tag titles, and they're trying to do what they can to back up Jericho. Meanwhile, as all this craziness is going down, I actually can see Bray Wyatt hitting the Sister Abigail on Chris Jericho for the 1-2-3. I'm actually going to go with Bray Wyatt. Chris Jericho's first big pay-per-view match back in the WWE. I don't want to see him with the W. I don't think he needs to pick up the W right here. I think it's a more interesting tale to see Jericho continue to chase Bray Wyatt, and maybe you could see Jericho pick up a win over Bray Wyatt and family over the next few weeks of WWE programming leading into another pay-per-view. But this first encounter, I've got to give it up to Bray Wyatt. 20-man battle royal for the vacant WWE Intercontinental Championship. Bear in mind, the former Intercontinental Champion Bad News Barrett is going to be in the house to present the new champion with the Intercontinental title. So your names in this match so far: Alberto Del Rio, Big E Langston, Bo Dallas, Cesaro, Curtis Axel, Diego, Dolph Ziggler, Fandango, Heath Slater, Kofi Kingston, Rob Van Dam, R-Truth, Ryback, Sheamus, Sin Cara, Great Khali, Miz, Titus O'Neil, Xavier Woods, Zack Ryder. A lot of names that I don't really care about with regards to this. You know, there's a couple of ways that they could go with this. On the one hand, you could go with Sheamus. Sheamus has the Intercontinental Championship and he has the United States Championship. We could finally see one of those belts go away, or maybe it's fused and it becomes the United States Intercontinental Championship. Who knows? It's got a nice little name to it, but if you want to get technical, it does sound a little silly. But we could finally see one of the belts get phased out. 9 times out of 10, it would be the United States Championship that would get phased out. Just some wishful thinking right there, folks. It could happen, but then again, it may not happen. Who knows? Gives you something to think about, though. But then, on the other hand, you look at a guy like Bo Dallas, who has just been on a roll in WWE. He's got that whole quirky type of character that you just really love to hate. He's definitely continuing to get a reaction from the WWE Universe. He has not lost yet. He could go all the way. Cesaro no longer being backed up by Paul Heyman. I think that's a very interesting tale, especially when you consider the fact that Brock Lesnar is on the horizon, and as a result of that, Brock Lesnar possibly getting ready to return to the WWE. It looks as though Heyman and Cesaro, their alliance has been put on hold. Cesaro definitely needs some type of a mouthpiece, though. He can't just have the Intercontinental Championship, and he's a good wrestler, don't get me wrong, but he's not really able to do that well on the microphone. I just think that whoever gets the Intercontinental Championship, it's one that has to talk some serious game, you know? And I keep going back to Bo Dallas. Despite the fact that Alberto Del Rio has never won the Intercontinental Championship, I would love to see Dolph Ziggler get the Intercontinental title. I would love to see that happen. I just don't see it happening, though. I just don't. It's quite sad. It's really quite sad, too, that I'm looking at it like that. I just lost all hope for Dolph Ziggler. Used to be a time where I didn't, but it just seems like as of late, poor Dolph Ziggler, he just can't catch a break for anything. I'm looking at Bo Dallas, now that I'm really homing in on these names. I think Bo Dallas is going to be the one, and I can only imagine the type of exchange that's going to be coming about between Bo Dallas and Wade Barrett. I think that's going to be a very interesting tale in itself. I would be shocked to see The Miz become the Intercontinental Champion. To see The Miz become the Intercontinental Champion, that kind of says to me that WWE has some plans for The Miz. Just mark my words with regards to that, but I'm putting my money on Bo Dallas. Cameron versus Naomi. I really don't care about this match, and I'm sure if my broadcast partner Titus was with me on this one, he probably would be saying to himself, you know what, this match really doesn't matter to me, because when it's all said and done, Naomi is the better wrestler. She's the one that is definitely going to be having a very bright career in the Divas division of WWE. I actually agree, especially when I think about Cameron being on Tough Enough. That still gets me to this day. I still remember when Steve Austin had asked Cameron to mention what she thought was the best match that she'd seen as a fan of the WWE product, and she basically said some crap like Rosa Mendez versus Alicia Fox, and Steve Austin was like, hell, hon, that was this year. and yet she did not get eliminated right there on the spot, but she was the first to get eliminated from the show. But as we all know, she would go on to be in the Funkadelics there, Brodus Clay and all that, and also go on to do Total Divas. But honestly, Naomi is the future. I really gotta go with Naomi. You know, there used to be a time where I used to be able to entertain the idea of longer feuds, and for me, in my head, I was picturing a really nice 2-month, maybe a 3-month program between Naomi and Cameron. But you know, the WWE Universe, they really personally do not care about this feud. They really don't want to see this. Honestly, I think WWE needs to hurry up and be done with this. Just let it be one and split the girls up. I'm looking at Naomi to get the job done. Don't be surprised, though, if Cameron sees herself in some type of a position where maybe, just maybe, she says to herself, okay, you know what, this girl's too much for me, and maybe she settles for a count out. It could happen. And by the way, it looks like this match is not going to be on the actual card itself. It looks like this is going to be part of the pre-show. So you guys definitely want to make sure that 30 minutes before the actual Battleground event comes on, you're checking out that pre-show, whether it be on YouTube, the WWE Network, however you guys usually check out the pre-show. Make sure you check it out, as you'll be able to see that match. One more match to talk about, that is the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, breaking news, John Cena is said to not be appearing on Monday Night Raw because he is going to be filming some movie. There's no ETA on how long he's going to be filming this movie, but considering that, does that maybe change the landscape of what's going to be happening with regards to this main event match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Is the trigger finally going to get pulled? Is Roman Reigns maybe going to become the man. Oh, that is a tough one, man. That is a tough one. Honestly, I'm looking at this, and the main thing that you've got to be saying to yourself is, okay, do you pull the trigger on Roman Reigns? Do you make him the WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Talk about a massive plot twist right there. Talk about a massive pop that would just be happening amongst the wrestling community. I think WWE has a really nice slow build that they are doing with Roman Reigns. Why rush it? Why rush it? Why make this go down on a pay-per-view of which last year it had did such poor numbers? Last year it had did over 114,000 pay-per-view buy rates, making it be the second lowest grossing WWE pay-per-view since December to Dismember by ECW, which ultimately had led to Paul Heyman being fired from the WWE years back. If you're going to pull the trigger on Roman Reigns, why not put more eyes on the product and make it go down at, I don't know, SummerSlam? I just cannot wrap my brain around a Roman Reigns victory at Battleground and he becomes the new champion. I just don't see that happening. Not unless you're going to have Seth Rollins come out at the end, cash the Money in the Bank briefcase on Roman Reigns, and then boom, Seth Rollins is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But if you're going to set it up that way, that could definitely explain John Cena not being on Raw this Monday. At least that's what's being said right now. It's being said that John Cena will not be on this coming Monday's Raw. So, that's one scenario that you could definitely do. But, I'm just really, really looking at this. And honestly, if you were to go with Roman Reigns becoming the champion, then you're going to have there be some type of a rematch between John Cena and Roman Reigns. But then you have to put in the back of your mind, where does Brock Lesnar fit into this? You got to really look at this match and think about Brock Lesnar, because in some shape or form, Brock Lesnar is going to be playing into the main event scene. So keeping all that in mind, whether some of you guys like it or not, I'm actually going to be going with a John Cena retain. I feel in my heart of hearts that John Cena is going to retain. And we're probably not going to see him on Monday, but I bet you we'll see him on the following week. We've seen it happen before with whoever is the WWE champion. We've seen some nights, 24 hours after the pay-per-view is over, the champion isn't there, but we see them the very next week. I mean, this type of stuff happens all the time. I think people are kind of overanalyzing what's going on with John Cena and him filming this movie and all that. John Cena for the retain when it's all said and done. Could we possibly see a cash-in? Could Seth Rollins maybe try to cash in the briefcase on John Cena and Cena walks out? Or correction, Seth Rollins walks out as the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion? It's very well possible. I mean, it could end in a way where Seth Rollins defeats John Cena. Next night, maybe John Cena tries to make some type of an appearance. Who knows? Or it could be the very next week. And John Cena tries to proclaim that he still has a rematch clause and he's trying to get his rematch against Seth Rollins. Boom, cue up the music of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar F5s the hell out of John Cena. Thus, that's how you get your John Cena Brock Lesnar match. I don't really like that one. Personally, I like the idea of a John Cena retaining and then we get Brock Lesnar. That's the payoff. That's what they're doing. I mean, honestly, the wishful thinking right here is you have Brock Lesnar come in. I love the idea of him taking the championship off of John Cena at the SummerSlam pay-per-view. You have Brock Lesnar then go on a nice little bit of a streak, defending the title here and there. They're able to work out some type of a new deal with WWE and all that, and basically ride Brock Lesnar out until WrestleMania, set him up for Roman Reigns. Ultimately, I think that's what needs to be the payoff. I mean, you talk about a golden opportunity right here. It's going to be a very interesting tale with regards to this match. There's so many twists and turns that can come about from this match. But the bottom line with regards to seeing a cash in, I don't see it happening at this Battleground pay-per-view. I see John Cena definitely retaining. Now, where does Roman Reigns go after this? Well, honestly, you can still have Roman Reigns be right there, still kind of feuding a little bit there with John Cena. You know, they're still trying to work together against the Authority and all that, and as the weeks just continue to progress, we can definitely see some type of a scenario play out where finally we get to see John Cena and Roman Reigns go at each other one-on-one or whatever. Whether or not that would come as early as Survivor Series, who knows? But Roman Reigns, his spot is intact. He will definitely still continue to be in that main event picture. Hell, man, I could definitely see Roman Reigns feud with Randy Orton or Kane for the next pay-per-view or whatever. So you could definitely still keep him in the loop and all that. But when it's all said and done, I got John Cena walking away as the champion. All right, so on that note, that takes care of all the projected winners for Sunday's Battleground pay-per-view. One more time, let's take it from the bottom, work our way to the top. For Rusev taking on Swagger, I've got Rusev picking up the victory. Seth Rollins, he's going to find some type of a way to wiggle his way out with a victory over Dean Ambrose. Harper, Rowan, I got them being the new tag champions. Meanwhile, AJ Lee retains over Paige. Bray Wyatt is somehow able to defeat Y2J. Bo Dallas becomes your new Intercontinental Champion. Naomi will defeat Cameron. Meanwhile, John Cena retains his WWE World Heavyweight Championship in that Fatal 4-Way. And folks, that is going to do it. Hey, what are your match predictions? I would definitely love to hear from you. Sign off. Hit us up on Twitter at the RCWR Show or on Facebook at Infinity One Productions. You can also kick on back and hit us up on YouTube, as we'll definitely make this Call That Match piece be a special excerpt on YouTube. So make sure you show some love and post your comments and all that good stuff on there. And if you're on point, we'll definitely give you a shout out the next time that we are on the air, which will be this Sunday night at 10:50 p.m. Eastern for July 20th, 2014. Join me and my broadcast partner, Titus Machiavelli, wrestling manager extraordinaire. You may be familiar with some of his work from Pro Wrestling Vendetta. He was also one of the finalists in the online TNA Gut Check competition, where he was looking to restore the manager. You can join both me and him for our Battleground post-show simulcast, which will be playing on YouTube and also on Blog Talk Radio, where we definitely want to interact with you guys, get you all's take on what you had liked or disliked about the Battleground pay-per-view. So join us for that. It's going to be pretty freaking solid.